Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 131. It is Wednesday today, hump day here in Cincinnati and everywhere around the world. And it is warmer than it's been. It's really warm outside. Feels more like spring than winter. But gray. It's been raining a lot. It poured this morning with lightning, which is so unusual for this time of year. And so everything has been getting really wet. And I took Star for a walk a couple hours ago, and we went down to this little creek that normally is really dry, and it was rushing water. I mean, tons of water. And then this little area where the rocks form sort of a waterfall, there was just this beautiful flow of water that I ended up recording. I shared it on Instagram and Facebook on my pages. It's just so cool to see that at this time of year. So it's an unusual day here in Cincinnati, and I'm just marveling at the weather, at how it's all working, and we don't really have any control over it. You know, we do if we explore the topic of climate change, but in the feeling of day-to-day activity, we really can't do a lot to change how the weather patterns are established right now. And it's just amazing to sit back and watch and enjoy each of the moments that arrive. You know, when it's snowing, I'm amazed at the snow. And when it's sunny, I love the sunshine. And when it rains, I'm just marveling at how much water there is. So, you know, with that sort of approach, there's no bad weather day. All right, I arrive today singing the song that I just love so much by Van Morrison. It's called "And the Healing Has Begun." It was written in 1979. He is an Northern Irish singer-songwriter who just has a ton of music available. And this is by far my favorite of all of his songs. My beautiful friend Brendan did this research once, maybe 6 months ago. He listened to all of the albums by Van Morrison and then rated his music to see which one he liked the most and then why. And then he sent out this report to some of his friends by email. It's so cool. And so this was at the top of his list also. And I started just listening to more of Van Morrison's music. And yeah, this one is really good. So I'm going to read the words to you. I really encourage you, if you don't know this song, please find, or even if you do know it, find it, listen to it, like sit in the magic of his voice and the fun and the joy that he brings to this piece of music. It's so good. There are probably lots of interpretations of what this means, you know, how to receive it. Is it spiritual? Is it sexual? What is it? And I receive it as, the spiritual sense of an awakening, people healing and the planet healing and humanity healing and, the connection between source and humans and the planet all healing. So to me, that's how I receive it. But you can interpret it in whatever way feels good to you. So I'm just going to read the words and then allow you to create your own translation. And then I encourage you to please find the song and listen to it. All right, here it goes. "And the Healing Has Begun" by Van Morrison. "And we'll walk down the avenue again, and we'll sing all the songs from way back when. And we'll walk down the avenue again, and the healing has begun. And we'll walk down the avenue in style. And we'll walk down the avenue and we'll smile. And we'll say, 'Baby, ain't it all worthwhile when the healing has begun?' I want you to put on your pretty summer dress. You can wear your Easter bonnet and all the rest. And I want to make love to you. Yes, 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 when the healing has begun. When you hear the music ringing in your soul and you feel it in your heart and it grows and grows, and it came from the backstreet rock and roll and the healing has begun. That's where we come from, man. I want you to put on your old summer red dress, put on your Easter bonnet and all the rest, and I want to make love to you. Yes, yes, yes. And the healing has begun. I can't stand myself. We're going to make music underneath the stars. We're going to play to the violin and the two guitars, and we'll sit there playing for hours and hours and hours, and hours and hours and hours when the healing has begun. Okay, this is my interpretation here. So there's this part where like the music shifts a little bit, and it sounds like he's just sort of talking to someone at the end of the set. It switches from singing to like him actually just sort of, talking or riffing or whatever they call that. And it's just so much fun to listen to. So here's how it goes. Wait a minute. Listen. I didn't know you stayed up so late. I want you to know I just got home from a gig and I saw you standing on the street. Just let me move on up here to this windowsill a little bit. Here, yeah, I got some sherry, a drop of port. I want you to come on in behind this door here. Let's just move on up this letterbox. Why don't we just go up to your front room? Let's just sit down and take tea. I'll just move over there a little bit now. Hang on, I gotta turn the page. Yeah, I'm gonna play this Muddy Waters record you got there, and if you just open up a little bit and let me come on up some backstreet jelly roll. We're gonna stay out all night long, and then we're gonna go out and roam across the field. Baby, you know how I feel when the healing has begun. What I love so much about that part is it just feels like just this conversation from him to whoever he is hanging out with in the audience or in that space. And he's just like, yeah, we're just going to play here in life together. We're just going to have this moment where we connect. And it feels so real and so powerful the way that he shares that in the song. And then he goes back, when the healing has begun, we're going to dance. We're going to stay out all night long. We're going to dance to the rock and roll when the healing has begun. It is a phenomenal song. And so here's my interpretation, my perspective on when the healing has begun. So I believe that there has been a division for a long time between humans and our earth, our planet, that we have taken her for granted, ignored her resources, ignored the limitations of her resources, and just done whatever we've wanted to do. And there's this shift that is happening. I believe that's what this new moon in Aquarius is bringing forward for all of us. There's a shift to a reckoning, a remembering, a realignment, where we are going to start appreciating this planet at a whole different level. And I don't know how that's going to start or happen or what's going to shift, if it's just a consciousness thing where people are suddenly just going to become more aware, if it's going to be people like me and you and others who just start talking more about our planet and how to be in appreciation and gratitude for our planet. I really don't know, and I'm okay because it's going to reveal itself. And as the healing starts to begin between humanity and our planet, it is also going to spread into this healing with humans, Earth, and then the creator from which we all came. Whether you call that God or source or the universe or oneness or whatever title you give that creative energy, that original source that brought everything in the universe into existence. Humans and Earth are going to realign with that original creative energy. We're going to remember our place in this grand scheme of the galaxy or the universe. We're going to get out of our ego, where we think we here on Earth are something like super important. We're going to remember we're just one tiny little blue dot in the middle of an immense galaxy. And as we realign that knowing, as we realign that perspective shift that is very over needed, we're going to start walking down the avenue because the healing has begun. We're going to start putting on our party dresses. We're going to start reveling in the beauty of connection and fun and play, because things just aren't going to be as serious as they used to feel. We'll still work, we'll still do stuff, we'll still eat, we'll still be humans, but there is going to be a shift in how we experience this human life, this human journey. And it's going to come from a deeper place of joy and reverence and gratitude and appreciation for the gift of being souls in human bodies at this time, walking down the avenue of earth, of Gaia, laughing and waving to each other. It is going to be a profound shift, and it's already beginning. It's already beginning, which is why this song felt so perfect for today. I've been humming and singing along with it, and I bring all of that joy and knowing, certainty into this podcast space. So how's it all going to happen? I have no idea. I have some tentative ideas, but I don't know, and it's a co-creation. We're going to figure it out together. But I'm really steady knowing what I see, what I feel, what I believe, and that it's already starting, it's already happening. So I invite you, find the song. I'll put a link in the comments. Find the song, dance with me to this beautiful, I don't even know what to call it, vision that Van Morrison held for us. How many years ago? 1979? Almost as old as me. This song is almost as old as me. Let's tune into that vibration and start celebrating the beauty of this human journey. And the rest, it'll figure itself out. We'll just do it one day, one step at a time. All right, here we go. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.